Welcome back to 2020 Trading. Today I'm going to be talking. I'm going to be talking specifically to people who missed out on investing in Tesla when Tesla was trading at $300, and now it is $1,500. So, someone like me, I missed out on. I didn't believe. I thought it was too risky. So, in this video, I'm going to be talking about a company called Nikola. This company is proposing to produce it's proposing to produce trucks that are powered by hydrogen cell. Now, hydrogen cell has been used to power space shuttles going to space for decades, and this company believes that it's time to bring this technology to the normal vehicles. I've been doing some research on this company, and I'm really excited about it. I have to say I'm excited. We're going to be doing some more research on it. We're going to be looking at the directors of the company. We're going to be looking at the analyst estimates and price history, and then we're going to decide whether this company is a buy or a sell. Now, the reason I'm speaking today to make this video is because on Friday, that's yesterday, this company did a secondary offering. A secondary offering is when they issue new shares in order to raise money, right? Which has the effect of diluting the existing shares. So because of that, the share price dropped by 20%. So Monday is going to be a very exciting day for this company and these shares. So I'm going to be looking at this on Monday. But what I want to do with you guys is go do some basic analysis and look at what this company can potentially do in the next coming years. So let's talk about that in this video. Okay, so how did the name Nikola come about? So Nikola Tesla was this engineer who was a visionary, who was an inventor, and he had a series of projects that he was working on, but he couldn't complete those projects because he ran out of funding. Now, Tesla, Elon Musk decided to name his company Tesla in honor of this guy. So that's why the company is called Tesla. Now, Nikola has decided to pick this guy's first name as their name. Now, I don't know about you, but that tells me that these guys are making a statement. They're saying to Tesla, we're coming after you. For me, that's a tick. That tells me that they are confident that they can do something. They're confident that they can disrupt that market. So that is actually very interesting. I didn't know this until I just Googled this. I just saw this. I think these guys are making a statement by naming their company Nikola. I know it's not important, but it's important. Okay, so let's have a look at Trevor Milton. Trevor Milton is the CEO. Let me just show you. So I'm looking at the website of Nikola right now, looking at the board of directors. All right, so I can see that they have Trevor Milton, executive chairman, and then they have a CEO. I would have liked to see the chairman as also the CEO. I kind of like that, but anyway. All right, guys. So I've just gone on LinkedIn, typed in Trevor Milton, and I can see that he's a third contact to me, which means I know somebody who knows him. So not too far away. Anyway, let's look at his experience and history. So this man, 38, so fairly young for someone in his position. So he's been serving in Nikola since 2014 till now, so 5 years and 10 months. Before then, he was in research and development, product development, and OEM sales in a company called D-Hybrid, which is the second largest natural gas fuel system provider in America. So natural gas. So basically, you can say his background is natural gas. I don't know what he was doing before then. 2010, he would have been 28 years old. So that's as far as we can see. So he's been involved with natural gas for many years before he then went to what he's doing now, which is Nikola. So, well, the thing is, I can't find too much about this man. I mean, even his age is not very clear. What I'm talking about. So, I mean, I'm looking at Wikipedia, and it's saying that his age is 37, 38. It says that he was born in 81, 82, which is a bit strange for somebody in that position. I think it should be it would be public knowledge what what his age is for somebody in that position. But it says he's born in 1981, 1982. So hey, he must be a very private person. Okay, so let's look at the CEO, the Chief Executive Officer of Nikola, Mark Russell, right? So I'm on the Bloomberg website looking at his profile. Let's look at his career history. So it shows that he was recently President and Chief Operating Officer of Worthington Industries. By the way, Worthington Industries is again listed in I think on the Nasdaq and is one of the investors in Nikola. But it looks like he was poached from Worthington to Nikola. But they are an investor. I know that they are an investor in Nikola. They do have a number of shares in Nikola. So I can see that. I mean, looking at his profile, looking at Mark Russell's profile, I can't say I'm too impressed in terms of experience or experience of being a CEO of a big company. He doesn't have that. And besides, like I said, I'm not too happy that that Nikola decided to have a separate chairman from the CEO for a small company like that, because they're going to have to be paying this guy money. It's not going to be a few $100 they're going to be paying him. It's going to be millions, I can assume. So what I'm just thinking is, if you're a company that you haven't actually started producing anything, you need to be saving your money and not shelling out all these millions of dollars in form of paying employees. But hey, okay, so enough about the directors now. Okay, now let's just I'm going to show you a video of of Mark Russell, the CEO, being driven in one of the trucks. And this truck it's a prototype, right? And it's fueled by hydrogen, right? And the way it works is that the hydrogen combines with oxygen, and the byproduct of this vehicle is simply just water, which means that it's zero carbon emission. And the thought of that is just, it just makes you think, if this works, I know they haven't taken it to mass production, and we don't know if they'll ever make it there, but I mean, they're working towards it. And okay, so let me just show you that clip now so you can see exactly what the truck looks like.
When the hydrogen fuel cell turns the air and the hydrogen into water and releases the electricity, it comes back here to the wheels, and we actually drive them right here at the wheels. The motor's right here. We've got 4 of these on this particular prototype. Each of them drives a pair of these wheels, gives you all kinds of power and torque. A lot more than a normal diesel on this one. Take you anywhere and get you to be able to do almost anything that a diesel truck would do. Screen, and then this screen is our infotainment. All of the software in this thing is Nikola proprietary. We developed everything in-house. It's got a massive amount of data that we can accumulate according to what the driver or the owner needs, and it's all sent over the air as needed. The other thing that is the updates come back. Everything that was over the air updated. So the software, including the software that runs the truck, can be updated over the air whenever that's needed. And virtually any time you turn the truck on or off, or anytime you pull into a fueling station, we can update all the software on the vehicle so that it's up to date all the time. The other thing you're going to notice is the noise, or rather the lack of it. This is the quietest vehicle of this size in the world. It doesn't make any noise from the outside when it's just sitting there. It's either silent or you hear a very quiet compressor that gets the air up to the same pressure as the hydrogen for the fuel cell. Other than that, silence. When it's moving outside, it's just tire noise. Inside here, it can be almost as quiet as your living room.
Okay, now let us talk about the Nikola Badger. Now, this one right here does not have a prototype. So they haven't made a prototype for this one. All it is just a concept. It's a drawing. That's all it is. But if you look at the drawing, it looks, I mean, I would buy it. I would buy this. It looks so good. It looks badass. And so I'm going to show you a clip where Mark Russell, sorry, not Mark Russell, what's his name? The chairman is trying to sell this truck to anybody who's listening. And so what he did is he partnered with this guy, Heavy D from Diesel Brothers, the TV show, and they're really trying to sell this thing. They're really trying hard to sell it, and it just sounds a bit too salesy, almost like I don't want to use the word scam, but I mean that's what. But I want you watch the video and then you decide what you think about just how they're trying to pitch this thing.
For fun, let's compare one of the most popular trucks on the market, the Ford Raptor, to the Nikola Badger. Hey Trevor, I'm the Raptor. I got 450 horsepower.
I got 906 with the Nikola Badger.
Okay, well, I've got 510 foot-pounds of torque.
I got 980 foot-pounds of torque. Double again.
Okay, well, as the Raptor, I've got an approach angle of 25.5 degrees.
The Nikola Badger's got an approach angle of 35 degrees. And not only that, we can take up to 48 inches of water without affecting anything in the truck.
As you can see, these are not apples to apples. The Nikola Badger is a whole new animal in a league of its vehicle.
And Nikola's gonna change the truck game forever, and I want you part of it.
Your input, your questions, and your hand in this history-making build. We're gonna put in the hard work to build the best possible truck for you. Now here's what we ask of you. Give us your feedback, ask us questions, tell us what you like and tell us what you don't like.
Unlike some other companies, we don't use your deposit money to actually develop our vehicles. We're gonna set that money aside in an account, never touch it, and allow that money to be completely secure for you. You can cancel all the way up until the date that your truck begins the assembly process.
Let me recap. This truck is fast. This truck is powerful. This truck is sexy, and we're giving you a chance to win one. Go to nikolamotor.com and reserve your Badger today.
So there are good things to say about this company, but there are also things to be cautious about. I mean, they haven't produced anything, they haven't taken anything to market. They do have prototypes for this one. They don't have a prototype for this one, but they do have prototypes for some of their trucks, and the company is already valued at $18 billion, which, like someone pointed out, is worth more than Chrysler. So, you know, there are good things. And now one good thing that I think, for me personally, I think is good from what they've been able to do is they have the backing of some big guns out there. Anheuser-Busch invested $130 million, you know, from way back, and they also have a partnership with Iveco. Actually, let me jump on the Iveco website, because I did see it on the Iveco website. So there it is. This press release is on the Iveco website, and it was posted on, is it 3rd of 2019? I think so. I think that would be 3rd of December 2019. So Iveco, FPT Industrial, and Nikola Corporation launch their partnership to achieve zero emissions transport. So like I said, they do have some backing from some big guns. Okay, so we have looked at the company's trucks. We have listened to the CEO and, you know, other people around the company. Now let us go over to the analyst estimates. Let us look at what analysts think about this company. Because what happens is every company has analysts that are assigned to them, and they do some analysis, and they do some modeling, and they come up with what is called a price target. And that price target is where the analyst thinks the share price is going to be, or is going to hit within the next 12 months. So that's what a PT is. Now, here we can see that on the screen. You can see on the screen we have about 4 or 5 companies that have done their modeling on these companies. So you have Deutsche Bank, JP Morgan, RBC Capital, and Cowen. And so these are the PTs, 54, 45, 46, 45, and 79. So let's find the average of that. So if you add those 4 numbers up and you divide it by 5, it comes to $53.80. Now the current price right now, when the market closed after hours, was $42.50. So $42.50 to $53.80, there's a bit of a difference there. You can see that it is trading at a bit of a discount when it comes to the price target that the analysts have come up with. Okay, so now we've looked at what the analysts think about the share price and where the share price is likely to be. Now let's go over to the chart and look at what the price performance has done since it was listed in the US stock market. Now, if you look at this, this is an hourly candle, right? So each of these candles represents 1 hour. This company came in at about $10, and then it started to gain traction around June. And on this day, on the 8th of June, it made the biggest move and it went all the way to 70 something, and then the next day, which was the 9th of June, it traded all the way to $92 before pulling back. Now, okay, so now I'm looking at the daily candles, and I want to use these daily candles to kind of predict what is likely to happen on Monday when the market opens. So the lines you're seeing here are indicators, and this top line here is the 20-day simple moving average, which it corresponds to about $60. And that means that over the last 60 days, the average person paid about $60 for a share of this company over the last 20 days. And that's significant because it tells you that most people are holding their shares on the average. Of course, some people paid more because this thing traded at over $90. So maybe some people have paid more, some people have paid less. But on the average, the average volume price over the last 20 days is based on the volume. The average price is 60. So again, like I said, there'll be probably people who paid more. Definitely people who paid more who are holding it. So what is likely to happen when the market opens? Considering that there are people who paid $65, $70, $75, $80, they're gonna be in a lot of pain. Okay, they are definitely going to be in a lot of pain because right now it's about 42. Okay, so the reason that this video is relevant today is because, like I said earlier in the beginning of the video, Nikola announced a secondary offering on Friday after hours. Now, what I said what a secondary offering is, it's literally the company just issuing extra shares on top of their existing shares, extra shares as a way for them to raise money. Now, there are some people who think that a secondary offering is a terrible thing because it has the effect of diluting the existing shares. And yes, it does have that effect. It has that dilutive effect. And so some people think that's a terrible thing. So the people who think it's a terrible thing are going to be selling, especially if they bought the shares at 60, 70, 80, they're going to be selling, definitely. So that's going to be the psychology that you've got to bring to this trade. But on the other hand, and this is me, when I first started trading, I had no idea that I never really thought that there was a positive to a secondary offering, because there is actually a positive secondary offering because they're actually raising money that they will potentially use to expand their company, to make prototypes, for marketing, for everything. So we're expanding and growing. And so there is that element to it. So people who see the secondary offering in the positive light will then be coming in to buy the shares from the people who see it as negative and who are in pain because they bought at a higher price. So that's what's going to happen. Now, normally a setup like this is going to provide some fantastic opportunities for both short sellers and buyers. Now, I love short selling. This would have been a fantastic one for me, but I checked on Interactive Brokers, no shares to short. And I think in the past, I previously checked on TradeZero, there were no shares to short. And these are two brokers who normally have enough inventory for these kind of shares to short, but they both don't have it, which suggests that there are no shares anywhere to short, which means that there will be not a lot of short selling going on. Maybe some options activity going on, but not actual short selling. So it means that there's not going to be a lot of short selling. It's just going to be a case of the share price is probably going to drop a little bit as people who are in pain are selling, and it's going to hit support at some point, and it's going to reverse. That's what's likely to happen. But of course, we don't know how much volume is going to come in and exactly where that is going to happen. But from looking at this chart, there is going to be some serious support around 36. So whatever you do, if you're looking at trading this stock, if you're looking at entering, set your alert at 36. If you're available, 36, 35, 50, that is going to be a very significant area. And why is it a significant area? Why is it significant support? Because so if you see that line I drew there on this day there, the reverse there on that day, it went there, reverse. So that's going to essentially, just looking at this chart, you can see that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days of significance on that area. Okay, so now we've come to the the big question: is it a buy or a sell? And that's not there's no obvious answer to that, but I'm going to give you my perspective on this. So now, for me, I'm an active trader, so and I'm going to be looking to catch a reversal on this stock. I'm going to be looking to buy this stock at some point. I'm going to be looking for an opportunity to buy based on what happens on Monday. I'm not saying I'm just going to place a buy order. Hell no, I don't do that. But I'm going to be looking for a buy opportunity. But whatever you do, now if you're an investor that is looking to hold long term, it's a different thing. It's a different way of playing it, because you are going to be, potentially, it's a very volatile stock. So it's a volatile sector as a whole. So you're going to be exposed to a bit more risk than someone like me, who is active, who's there all the time, who's able to get in and get out very quickly. But one thing I'm just going to say is that because of what we've seen, we've looked at the company, we looked at everything, and because of what the momentum we're seeing in the market right now, the amount of money people are throwing into the market, and because of the fact that the EV sector, solar sector, hydrogen fuel sector, all these anything green energy right now is popping, is really, really hot. So I think getting in with the trend is the right thing to do. But all you have to do is make sure that you don't throw everything at it. I mean, don't go and borrow money. Never do that. Don't put all your savings into anything. Just put something small, something you're comfortable with investing in, put it into it. And so the worst that could happen is, it goes up and then you're like, oh man, I should have put in more money, right? But don't just throw everything into it, because you never know. But again, the trend for these stocks and these sectors and these industries is up. So don't fight the trend. Everything is, I'm seeing all these hydrogen companies, all these solar companies, they're just heading up. They're just going up. So right now is the time to invest if you're thinking about getting into this type of sector. But like I said, keep it sensible, keep it minimal, so that just in case something goes wrong, right? So you have to think about the downside as well as the upside potential. What you want to do is just ride the momentum a little bit and get out, because again, we're in a very uncertain market. We don't know what's going to happen, in a year's time. So you don't really want to stay. You don't want to overstay your welcome. Okay, you want to get in, and once you get something out of it, you want to get out. But this is definitely going to provide some opportunities, because down 20% on the day, that is significant. There's going to be some people looking to get into the stock, and so the right thing would be to try to take advantage of this momentum as well. Anyway, so I guess that's my 2 cents on Nikola. I had to make this video just on Nikola. This is the first time I'm making a video on any one stock, but it's also the longest video I've made on YouTube ever. I think I haven't seen how long it is, but I know I've been talking for a long time. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video and you learned something from today's video. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next videos. And I guess I'll see you at the next video. Good luck with your trading and investing. And like I said, I'll see you at the next video. Peace.